Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
It is a pleasure to come your way another time. This is Restoration with Stacy, and we always make sure we bring you stories that will motivate you to get up and forge ahead for the best in your life. We are brought to you by Kind Cats Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people, Adonko Original Hand Sanitizer, and Adonko Next Level. We'll be right back after this break.
Ghana for Madam Hisense in you. Yeka Hisense, Mwamu nimse eye home appliances, Efe, eye papa, entry power, ne buona so dafo. Hisense ubeto abrochim. Sa quality na ubeto ni Ghana. And nunti na yenya hoto so yamao 5 years manufacture defect warranty. Say a refrigerator, chest freezer, air condition, television, sound system, water dispenser, microwave oven, blender, gas cooker, electric cooker, washing machine, smartphone, rice cooker, kettle, and iron. Yahu sensi oto na so forma ye din enti abo no de ye siesie no pa mo bia enti bora high sense showroom bia say Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuase, Sunyane, Techiman, Tamale, Hohoi, Kofoidia, Koneko Jodie. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort. I got yes, confidence. I got yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi, is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got yes, confidence. I got
Yes.
we got yes, protection. I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes, protection.
Hello, your friend Jackie. So we will be a winning on who are the jet to semia and pimpino. You to me 5 gems if in Kitadia, you need your brucia, your fans, any and down for any. Nanso, who bet to me about home by using Adonko hand sanitizer, debia, any bribia. Every say you to me 5 gems if in Yama Yasa isum. Adonko hand sanitizer, bet to me about home by debia, free gems, bacteria, you need in home. Adonko hand sanitizer, sure or dog. Hello.
The thing is, you know exactly what you're selling, but the people that need to know what you're selling to buy it, they don't. At M-Clan, we conceptualize, we script, we produce compelling video communication to shine the brightest light on your business, to expedite, accelerate your growth. Think of us as the creative department of your business. We work with you to get you exactly where you want to be. Let us be the ones to shoot your next TV commercial. We promise to deliver. Call this number.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents cavities, cleans deeply, fights germs, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from close-up.
I'd like to acknowledge La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Divine Kasi for my makeup, and Style by Yemi for my hair. We've been having conversations that actually move us as a people to make the right choices for our lives. Today, my guest is a man you've heard on radio, a man who has been a serious advocate for the gospel, and a man I know you will love. My guest today is Obi Nartey. Hi.
Hello.
Man of God, how are you?
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure being here. Pleasure being here.
So I listened to you on radio. Okay. I listened to the depth of your knowledge when it comes to the Word of God. And I wonder, when did you become born again?
Okay, so I was actually born in the priesthood family. Grandfather a pastor, grandmother a pastor,
Whoa.
Father a pastor,
Hey.
uncles, pastors. I'm here to be a pastor.
Whoa.
So
it's like we need choice.
Absolutely. Wow. So growing up, but there comes a time in life where you need to have a personal relationship with God. So I think there was a youth camp. I'm an ICGC member. Okay. So it was a youth camp. And the feeling, the emotions were different from the normal waking up to devotion. You're being forced to read the Bible. You have to recite scriptures before you're giving your snacks and all those things. This one, I felt okay. I needed that personal stuff. I didn't want to experience what my fathers were telling me. I wanted to experience something for myself. Yeah. And it happened April 18th, 2008.
Wow.
Yes.
How did it happen?
Well, it was a worship service. And all of a sudden, as if I was so into it. It was different. It wasn't the
You were carried away.
Yes. And the man of God came and said, the Lord wants to use you. Avail yourself. Don't be too... I don't want to become a pastor. It's something I've always resisted because I've seen them. I've seen what they go through. Seen everything. Everything.
You've been with them, so
everything
you know
I've
everything.
seen it, yes. So I've always resisted that. And he said, allow yourself, let the Lord come in. And he led us, those of us. He said we should reconnect ourselves. When you're born in a Christian home and you're brought up, that personal relationship comes as a reconnection. Because prior to that, you've been taught the things of God.
You have it.
You have it. But that point, you needed a personal relationship, moving away from what your fathers have taught you to what you want to experience or what you want to know. So that was the point. And receiving or reconnecting myself, rededicating myself to Christ was the greatest decision I made that time. I felt so different. I came home from the youth camp and everything had changed. Very, very stubborn. But after that, I realized, no.
I like that point. Very, very stubborn.
Extremely stubborn. Very, very stubborn. When I say I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Until I see the effect, I'm not stopping.
You're not stopping.
Yes. But I came home and everybody realized something had changed
there was a change
about me. And that was it. And it led me into my singing. So I started leading praise and worship in ICGC. I became one of the leaders when it comes to the youth department, leading in worship in ICGC. And that has been it today.
Mostly when we are in church and the Spirit of God is manifested, sometimes we make decisions. We say, I would do this, I would do that. Did you ever get to a point where you felt, I think I've bitten more than I can chew?
That journey is not an easy journey, I must confess. Because you are going to meet a lot of people in your circles who probably have not experienced or made the decisions you've made. Sometimes some of the factors can affect you. And you go like, hey, you said you were not going to do this. But it's like an exercise. It's like trying to build muscles. The times you feel you can't push anymore.
Yeah, you feel your limbs are weak.
You're weak. At times you need to push further. You don't end there. I've always said Christianity is not a problem-free circle. That is where you encounter a lot of things. But it takes somebody who is determined to always walk the path. You fall, but you rise.
So what are some of the things you encountered?
Well, basically women. Basically women. Just women. I don't have any problem. Mine is women.
Wow.
Because of the ministry, the worship thing, and you're done with worship, and everybody wants to come around you.
So what is it with worshipers and women?
Yeah, you have to ask Lucifer. You have to ask him. But it's a very attractive ministry. It's just like the prophetic. Voice itself carries weight. Melody brings people together. It's attractive. It brings a certain aura around you. And everybody wants to get close to it. And that's where you get people coming very, very close. Some, to the extent, at a point, I had older women proposing marriage because of worship.
You're kidding?
Yeah. Yes, it was that serious. Because when I'm on the stage and I'm doing my thing, goodness me, you love it. You love it.
Was there any time you gave it a thought that, okay, let me try? You never know.
Which one?
With the women.
Oh, cool. The older ones or the younger ones?
Older, younger ones?
No. Older ones. Okay, so this is it. My father, I have a lot of fear for him. Physical fear. Like physical one. Yes. When such things, proposals come, I go to him. Tell him, no more. I'm like, Emily, don't do that. I was like, okay, then I ended that. So I have this rapport with him. We talk about stuff. If I want to do it, I'll tell him. But if
sneak and go and do it,
that's it. But if the thing is scary, because sometimes you're scared, you're young, and such a huge proposal, you need to think through it before you make any decision. And you have to go and talk to him. You go like, no. There was a time a woman, I remember one lady, she wanted her daughter to marry me. As young as 24.
Whoa.
Yes. And she was insisting. My father said, no way. What's the reason? She likes the way I come to church, I dress up, I lead worship. Anytime I lead worship, she feels the presence. My father said, no, that cannot be the reason why you want my son to marry your daughter.
Does your daughter even love him?
Yes, she did.
She did?
She did. But it wasn't the right time. I think it wasn't the right time. You can't lure people to marry because of what you're feeling.
What you feel.
Exactly. It should be a mutual. Yes. Yeah. So these are some of the challenges I had growing up with this worship thing.
Coming from a home of priests,
yes,
you would realize that you mostly have all sorts of attacks. Because I have friends who are either children of a man of God or a woman of God.
Yeah.
And they have all sorts of challenges. How were you able to separate yourself from the family calling to your calling alone?
Well, I think that this is a very critical issue that most men of God will have to pay attention to. The focus of a man of God is entirely on his members, forgetting his family is part of the church.
Of the church.
And that's why I said I don't want to go into pastoral business.
You still don't want to?
No, still not. I'll probably want to do a lay ministry or something, but not to fully go in there because it's like a precedent. Everybody is calling for your attention. Dawn, midnight, day, afternoon, morning.
Even when you are sick.
Even when you are in need, they are calling you for their needs. So I decided, no, I can't go their way. Let me just give myself my own experience. So what I did was I built this relationship with other people, not my father. So I have so many godfathers beside my father who I go to, I discuss my stuff with, and they teach me, they tell me what to do, how to do it. So at the point, my father felt that, okay, there was this distance, yes, because I didn't want the kind of, because he didn't have that time.
He didn't have the time.
Because the whole church was on him. Morning, he's in church. He'll come home around 10. Yes, church, house church. So I went to other people to learn from them, to seek for knowledge from them. And it was best for me because I learned more from the other people
But did it bother you growing up? Because most young people want their parents to be around. There are certain things you believe you can best tell your parents, no matter the godparents you have, that bond that every child needs with a parent. Did you feel the church took that away from you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They took it away. They took everything. To a point, I felt the church had so much of him than we did. And it really affected us. And that's why I'm saying that that's the reason why I'm very skeptical of.
You don't want to be a pastor. But I keep calling you man of God.
No, you're not the first person. Everybody calls me Osofo. Everybody calls me. Some, to the extent, do billboards and write bishop. So one day, this happened. One day, one of the pastors from the headquarters, ICGC, was passing by La Paz somewhere. Somebody had done a billboard writing Bishop Obi. Then he called me. Obi, why are you Bishop? So I have no idea. So people, because of what I do, they would want to associate these titles to you. Mm-hmm. But it is not easy. I've always told people that I would prefer to do ministry a day and die than to do ministry a long time and fail. It's not a joke. Like, when I see young people, everyone say, okay, Charlie, guys don't try it. My mom died through ministry. Yes, like, you're joking. I'm telling you. So it's a very emotional stuff for me.
What happened?
One of those things. When the church takes your parents away, they always taking attention. So there was no attention. So it's as if we have to go and look for attention from other places, try to get acceptance from other places. And you know women, they get hurt.
Yeah.
It builds up. So I'm saying it's not a joking ground.
And during that time, it's like they don't see it.
No.
They just feel, oh, we are doing what we have to do.
The church is growing. The church is booming. Everything is okay. And that's their joy. That's the joy of every pastor. Every pastor wants to see his church grow. So if my children are not eating or they are... I don't.
So how did you feel when she passed?
It was a tough time. It was a very tough time. Very, very tough. I think 2 days ago was 4 years since she passed. Yes. So it was a tough time for me. I was young, like, not too young, but for her to come to my house, I didn't have any idea how to take care of her. She was sick. She had diabetes. So it was difficult. Yes, very, very difficult for me till she passed on.
After she passed, did you find a place in your heart to forgive the church that, okay, these things happen, maybe this was how her life was supposed to be? I know people who would hold on to it.
Forgive? Sometimes I blame individuals for some decisions. My mom could have just let go. Same here. I don't hold things. I don't hold grudges. No, we fight today, we're friends tomorrow. Yes, that's me. That's how I live my life. I believe that when you have issues with people, if you can't solve it, just walk away. Walk away, clearing everything from your mind.
Yeah. Try to discuss it, trash it out. If it doesn't get trashed.
When my mom died, I didn't want to keep any of her pictures till I was okay. So now I can watch her pictures. That is how I learned to overcome stuff. So I didn't have her pictures. I didn't have a portrait in my house. No. This 4th year, I use her pictures for my stuff. Now I think I'm okay to see her
now
pictures.
Now you're healed. That means you were truly broken.
Yeah, extremely broken, extremely. My mom was like, if you see my mom, you see me. Wow. We're very close, and it happens.
It happens.
It's a lesson. I always say that, things are happening ahead of you are your lesson notes. Mm-hmm. So you need to pick the points and then you
move on.
You move on with them.
You try to make the next phase better.
I've always told them, man, things happen. I told herself that if she's the only person who can help herself. Yeah. We'll carry you to the hospital, we'll bring you back. If you are not ready to, then that's the problem.
It. When did you get into mainstream ministry?
Mainstream. I've been there. In fact, if anybody watching remembers ICGC, far back in Bidding Power, I was singing in church. Yes, I was one of the young boys among the main choir.
Men. Wow.
So I've been singing all my life.
And how challenging has it been for you? Because I don't know where your father ministers. You're at ICGC.
Yes.
It means you're not in your father's church. Your father is in ICGC.
Yeah, he has a church. He's a branch pastor. He's a
branch
temple
pastor. So are you in the same branch with your father?
Yes.
You're kidding.
I'm telling
you don't want to be a pastor?
No, I'm okay. So you know Reverend Ishmaela is also an uncle. So I'm fellowshipping with him at East Legon because I'm closer.
Okay.
Yes, but I go to my father's church. I go there. I do what I have to do. I preach there, but I don't want to become a pastor.
So doing all of that,
yes.
How challenging was it for you when you're the pastor's son and you're ministering? It's something else.
Yes.
The scrutiny is on a different level.
Yes.
There are times they tell it to me, it's the Onjana 7, Papa, you're so 15 years old. How challenging was it for you?
Well, one thing I believe is in building capacity. My church, I must say, whenever I mount the podium, it's a different atmosphere. They wouldn't want to hear that I'm not coming to church today. It's as though they want me more than any other person. Yes. So that's my church, the relationship I have with them. If they hear I'm not coming to church, they'll be worried. Hey, why are you not coming? What is the problem? Is there any problem? There's no problem. Because of the distance. Let me just use this place a while. I don't have a problem with them, and they love me. My church loves me. I sometimes miss them, but I don't.
You don't want to be a pastor, but you are super vocal on radio when it comes to Christianity.
Yes.
What do you believe is Christianity?
Basically, it's the birth, the death, and the resurrection of Christ. That is Christianity. And the fourth one will be living it. So you have to live it. That's what makes you a Christian. Mm-hmm. These things are very important things that happen for us. So you have to live these things. That you have to be born again. You go through stuff that is the death of Christ, but you don't remain there. You have to rise up again and move on. That is Christianity. Making sure that your brother is smiling. Mm-hmm. If your brother doesn't have, feed him. If he's naked, clothe him. Visit them. That's Christianity. It's not too. I think people have made it so rigid.
Yeah, that's the word.
But it's necessary. Because if it's not rigid, people will take it for granted. There are some religions you cannot mess with them. Mm-hmm. Why? Because of how rigid it is. Religion must not be a joke. We need certain doctrines and principles that people should not cross them. Mm-hmm. Imagine you're in a church and a lady comes wearing just bra to church.
In a bikini.
In a bikini, all in the name of it's
freedom.
So I believe as much as it's that free, we need to abide by some of these things, the basic things.
There should be some level of discipline.
Decency, decorum, these things, we must encourage them in the church. Sometimes people think I'm too strong on them. Yes, but what you say? We're human beings. All of us here are human beings. You have your taste. The times you want to take some alcohol as a Christian, people will be like, hey, what's he saying? It's true. There are Christians who drink. Mm-hmm. There are Christians who do stuff. But why would you do stuff in public to influence the mass? When you can do it in your private room for just yourself. For the sake of the kingdom, there are things you don't show.
There should be some level of decorum.
That's my point.
Your actions.
I know everybody has weaknesses, but there are some things you don't show. You don't go sit somewhere with no. If you just go inside.
Well, so this is on another level. When we come back from our commercial break, we will get to see a side of Obi Nartey that you never thought he would venture. We'll be right back after the break.
Ghana for Madam High Sense in you. Yeka High Sense ya. Mwamu nimse eye home appliances a. Efe. Eye papa. Entry power. Ne buona so dafo. high sense a wobeto abrochire no. Sa quality na wobeto ne Ghana. And nunti na yenya hotoso ya ma 5 years manufacture defect warranty. Say a refrigerator, chest freezer, air condition, television, sound system, water dispenser, microwave oven, blender, gas cooker, electric cooker, washing machine, smartphone, rice cooker, kettle, and iron. Yahu sensi oto na so forma ye din enti abo no de ye siesie no pa mo bia enti bora high sense showroom bia say Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, Takwa, Mankesim, Obuasi, Sunyane, Techiman, Tamale, Hohoi, Kofoidia, Koneko Jodie. High sense, everyday prices for everyday people.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence, I got.
Yes.
We got yes protection. I got.
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Hello, your friend Jackie. So we will be a winning on who are there just to send me and pimpino. You to me 5 gems if in Kitadia, you need your brucia, your fans, any and down for any. Nanso, who bet to me about home by use Adonko hand sanitizer, debia, any bribia. If you say you to me 5 gems if in Yama Yasa is so. Adonko hand sanitizer, bet to me about home by debia, free gems, bacteria, you need in home. Adonko hand sanitizer, sure or dog. Hello.
The thing is, you know exactly what you're selling, but the people that need to know what you're selling to buy it, they don't. At M-Clan, we conceptualize, we script, we produce compelling video communication to shine the brightest light on your business, to expedite, accelerate your growth. Think of us as the creative department of your business. We work with you to get you exactly where you want to be. Let us be the ones to shoot your next TV commercial. We promise to deliver. Call this number.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents cavities, cleans deeply, fights germs, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
Last week, our super crazy giveaway moment brought us to the salon and we met with Frema. And just after we're done with Frema, we met this beautiful lady who also happens to be a big fan of restoration. So that's what's your name?
Mercy.
Mercy. So Mercy is also a big fan of restoration estates. Mercy, what was your favorite episode?
I am the lady who I watched you and Mary Akufo.
Mary Akufo,
yeah, with question for the autism.
Oh, the autistic children.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I watched.
That was your favorite episode.
Yeah.
But what do you like about the show?
I like it, and I learned a lot of things about it. That we should cater for anybody. We should care for anybody. At least you have to appreciate anybody that comes your way.
So today, High Sense has sent us to you to give you
this amazing party.
Wow.
For being a big fan of restoration. So you have to tell all your friends to keep watching.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you have to tell Hisense?
May God richly bless them for the good work they are doing. Really appreciate everything about them. We like them and we love them too.
Wow, thank you very much.
Thank you, you're welcome.
So Mercy is our winner for this week's Hisense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. Next week will come your way with another winner. If you want to be a winner, you know what to do. Get in touch with us and we'll come visit you wherever you are.
So that is our winner for this week's Hisense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. And like we always do, send us a message and we'll be in your neighborhood to give you something amazing from Hisense. And I have great news from Yas to all ladies. Over the years, we have been so concerned with your health, with your hygiene. So we've gone an extra mile to bring you something that will make you feel comfortable all day through. This is our extra long sanitary pad, which also has mint. So during that time of the month, sometimes we feel a little bit of discomfort down there. So with this mint sanitary towel, you don't have to feel that discomfort. And it's extra long. So no matter how long your day is, you are covered with our new Yas sanitary pad. So please go out there and make sure you're asking for the extra long sanitary pad. Obi, me pacho, it's just all Toby Mouse sisters, why?
Well, me here bebre ama nkwala na ewo adentam potem ho nyina students na ewo ho say
we need help.
So
you bedi ho nkomo.
O sponsor me na me di bebre coach.
You bedi ho nkomo. And you waka adenta me pacho, my member adenta. So I learned you're actually vying to be an MP.
Yes.
Why Adenta?
Okay, so I moved to Adenta almost 6 years now. Well, it's Legon Hills, that's why. It's part of the Adenta constituency.
Okay.
Yes, and staying there, looking at the things we're doing already in there, I think it's important that I also go and put my feet in there and see if I can do more for the people. It's more of a service idea to go and serve the people. That's why I'm going in there for that.
Why politics? Because you're doing it now, so you can still do it. Yeah. Why do you need to get into politics to do more?
I think that environment is an environment that opens you up to a lot of opportunities. Trust me. It gives you an opportunity to meet people who are less privileged, people who are high up there, people who are in the middle. Now, when you're able to meet these people, what do? You need to bring, at least, if not all of them, those down up. Those up to meet up with those down there so that we live well. It is when the society is in despair, like there's so much gap that you have a lot of people.
We have the upper class and the lower class.
You have people trying to still break those things. We're looking at bringing people together, making sure that the constituency is a constituency that people are safe in there. Young people are getting jobs. Women are getting something to do. I'm so passionate about getting the youth into getting to work. I love it. I don't like lazy people. Yes, indeed. But that's the whole idea, to make sure that the youth in Adenta are working. Omo nsano edwuma omo ye obianko bra, bianko bokro no bianko bo dwama nsano we didi, bianko tono. When I see these things and hear these things on radio, recently I was on one of the radio stations and a young lady, she sings. So apparently she just said she's been cooking Indomie. I was like, wow. Immediately I had to give her something there to support her business. That is it. There are a lot of opportunities when you get into that area. Well, it's so real now.
You are running away from being a pastor, which is also service.
Yes.
And you are embracing politics.
Yes.
Which is also service.
Yes.
So politics and pastor, they're saying the same thing.
No. They're not the same things. They're not the same.
So why are you choosing politics over ministry, pastoral work?
I'm not choosing. I will probably, I want to be a lay. the lay would allow you to do it, but not as in the full time. But being a pastor is not a joke. I know politics comes with its own stuff, but as of today, not for more.
Politics also not for more.
As of today, not for more.
They're deadly.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's as a unka will be airpel. So for the unka will be as a more cool than that. As of today, I said that is where I stay.
Tell me. I thought the church should be safe. Now me ko this of no be bepe me commitment na me fi adwen.
Hey. As for the enough more. Baby I want as so for no be pe. There's somebody who wants that pulpit. So there are a lot of things happening. And you are casting demons. You are doing that. And the demons don't get to you. They are coming to your family.
To your family.
The pastoral environment is not as safe as people see it. Today, you might be sick. In the next minute, there's a replacement. Sometimes, even to death, then in the next day, somebody has taken your place. You could actually be at post. They'll tell you, we need you out. Things happen.
Yes, like
strange things happen in that area. And you see, that is not even just for you, but sometimes it affects your family, your business. Things just go haywire. You're like, hey, is this church? I've seen pastors who go hungry. Like they literally start begging because they've been rejected. You've not heard of pastors who have been sacked from their churches before.
I have.
It's not but if you see, what we don't know is that as Christians, politics is actually where we should be. That is where we should be, than being in one area doing something small. But when you have that opportunity, you have the masses. Imagine seeing me as an MP mounting a stage doing a crusade.
No. That would be amazing.
An MP on the streets of Accra. I've received whatever permits I have, and I'm preaching. I'm doing evangelism. I'm getting into the ghettos, talking to the youth. Imagine it, than being in one ICGC church and preaching.
Politics is very toxic sometimes.
Yes.
We hear all sorts of stories. Are you not afraid?
I've heard these theories. Risky, dangerous. Everything is risky. Everything in life is risky. Even drinking water is risky. Sleeping is a risk. People sleep and they don't wake up. Yeah. You heard it? Yes. People travel, they just move from their house to the junction and they are dead behind their wheels. It's a risk. But you see, when God has called you for a certain purpose and mandate, you are assured that He's with you. I've always said, I've been to meetings and they're like, are you sure? I say, yes. If I'm not sure, I won't do it. If I want my safety, I will go and be singing in my church. There's more safety in there. But to say I want to do, like, why do you want to do politics? That is where we have to be as Christians. Why have we relegated that position?
To streamline things.
Recently, there was an issue of lesbianism. You heard it. Imagine if we were 30% in Parliament. You think we'll have this?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Yes. You see, what we are is supposed to be expressive. It's supposed to be felt. It needs to have an effect on the people. We can't be Christians and hide and be in our churches. Then what is it for? The Bible, Jesus told them, go out, make disciples. So that's what we're supposed to do. I personally feel it's an opportunity to do more for Christ. I feel it.
How different are you going to be from the other MPs your constituency has seen?
Like I said, it's a matter of service. Christianity is service. I'm going in there to serve people. Well, difference. What will be different is the Christ effect. that they will feel the social interventions, whatever they have to do, and there will be a Christ effect. I'm just looking forward to invite you to that crusade, maybe on the Ashalimotre Park. We're having a worship service. I'm looking forward to be a president, actually.
Whoa.
To institute a national Thanksgiving Day, where everybody, every Christian, everybody will have a day dedicated for God.
Your constituency has a part that are mostly Muslims. If you look at towards Medina, that side, how are you looking at bridging the relationship? Because I believe we serve one God, but we call our gods by different names. How are you going to bridge that gap so everybody feels involved?
Let me say this. When we talk of service supersedes religion. So if I'm serving everybody. If it's time for me to display my religious, what I have to do, I'll do them. Muslims, I will serve them. They would have their share of it. They're human beings first. People should just know that the first call of life is to serve humanity. And that's me. I'm looking at the human beings before any other thing. So Muslim, Buddhist, Shintoist, whoever you are.
Traditionalists.
Absolutely. Recently, I even went to them. I went to them to sing their blessings. When you listen to their prayers, it's a prayer. You know what I'm saying? Human beings first. Then we can move to other things. That is it. That's the joy. I have that joy that I'm seeing my brother okay. I have that joy seeing people happy, everybody's excited. That should be it. I know people have other motives as human beings. But when we have that positive energy, we should be able to overcome the negative energies.
How do you intend to help the youth? You have said you're looking at creating jobs. You're looking at getting all of them involved. The youth have become a concern because the youth is the majority.
Absolutely.
And most of them don't have any source of income. And when they don't, they tend to look for other vices that do not benefit everybody in the community. How do you intend to help them? Because saying getting jobs for them is different from giving them jobs.
There's this thing I have learned over the years, that we need to create opportunities for ourselves. In this part of the world where people talk of jobs, they want to go and sit in the office, they want to put on their tie and wear their black shoes and their long skirts. No. Have you noticed that mechanics have money every day?
Yeah.
Why? Because every day people's car gets spoiled and they go to them. Hairdressers,
seamstresses,
barbers, all these people. We need to train people. They need to understand that it is the hands that does not work, that does not eat. Train the hands. Those who have the privilege of going to school would facilitate whatever we have to do to them. But those who handiworks get something to do. How can we go to landing and people who are hairdressers are richer than people who sit in the offices? That ideology, we must create it here. Yeah. That you need to learn something. There's more benefit to that. We're good. In fact, there is a dream that if it's a center, everybody then I'll be to me. Then I'll be to me. We will set up and put you all there and pay you at the end of the month. Is it a barbering salon? Yeah. How many of you, the good ones, we put you in there? We would make sure you work and learn that you have to work. The problem in Ghana is that when they talk of entrepreneurship, they teach you and they leave you.
Yeah.
How do you survive? How do you leave a baby to survive? Mm-hmm. The baby must go through the rudiments. Because
I know there are some business owners who would actually enroll you to do work and pay. So after your apprenticeship, they hold you,
Absolutely.
then you work and they pay you.
Absolutely. That gives you a lot of experience. But they go and learn whatever it is and they go away.
There is graduation.
Nobody will even buy. Yes. So you see the mindset, all check graduation to go and send envelopes around for money. The whole idea, you see, it's a mind thing. And I think I'm in there to change people's ideologies about how we can survive in this country. You see, the youth, one business, everybody's chasing the business.
That's very true.
There's noodles. Everybody's doing
noodles.
There's what everybody's... No. Find what you can do. Are you a footballer?
You should have a niche.
Do you want to play football? And I'm going to look at that area too. Sports in Adenta or in Ghana, I think we've left it for some few people. Those days, way back, those who were running, table tennis, lawn tennis, volleyball, all these things, we've lost them to video games. Meanwhile, we're all watching Olympics.
Wow, you will be some MP if you get to win. So on
Hopefully.
Which ticket are you running?
The New Patriotic Party.
NPP.
NPP.
Why the NPP?
Oh, I've loved their ideologies, the way they think. In fact, there are other political parties have their own ideologies, but if you're in NPP, you're pushed to build capacity, maximum capacity. In fact, I'm so pushed, I'm thinking of doing my law next year.
Wow.
Yes, you can't be there. No. You will not. You understand? You would have to get in there and get something good for yourself. That's one thing I like about them. And I love the idea of the partnership with private sector. Because government cannot do it alone. So why don't we partner and do stuff? But that's why I'm an MP.
No, you wanted to say
no, that's what I'm MP.
No. I want the third point.
You see, so it's as though when people become politicians, the whole constituency is looking at them to be a savior. An MP, how many people can he help? But imagine if we're able to scout companies within the constituency and partner with them. That would be easy. I love the MPP because of that ideology. And I think it's a party that also propels you to build maximum capacity.
So now you have delegates to convince. Then after you've been able to convince the delegates, you have your constituents to convince.
Talk to them. Because when I wake up, if not for I would have probably be going around to meet people. You see, that is what I call Christianity. That I go around to talk to them or to say, oh, we okay.
Solve their problems if you can.
I've been to people being married, I pray for them. I'll give you pictures of meetings I've been praying for people when I go to delegates. That is it. So I go there, I say, lift water. Recently, there was a testimony. She called me, said, she's heard that I'm coming to be an MP in Adenta. And I said, yes. She said, but she's not well. I said, what is wrong with her? She's bedridden. I said, lift up her water. And I prayed over the water over the phone. The next day she called me. She said, Osofu, you prayed for me, I'm well.
It didn't happen.
It's there. It's there. But you see, the joy, say, Afro any sikinti, but open and Bible. Imagine an MP like that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. All we're praying that God should guide us to be faithful. Exactly. That's what we're praying for. But once we get in there, these things will manifest themselves. I'm looking at seeing a crowd laying hands, MP laying hands on people. That would be fun.
That would be so cool.
Very cool.
All right, Obi. So now we're all praying with you.
Yes.
We pray that the good Lord continues to order your steps so that what is yours and what is right for your people,
absolutely,
the good Lord will help us to have it manifest.
Sure.
Right. So before I let go of you, I have something here. You're supposed to pick a card. Whatever you pick. Whatever you pick is yours. Wait, Holy Spirit has said you're on your own.
Obviously, we have 1 million Ghana cedi. I hope there's 1 million Ghana cedi. Stacey.
Your prefer your dear. Wait, I difficult, no? Yeah. That's why they're not doing.
A choice.
For them.
A choice. That's all funny.
It means me, and only answer.
This one is looking at you.
It's looking at me.
Yes.
Okay, but you need to be my.
Woo! Thank you for coming. You take home a high-sense rice cooker.
Wow, okay.
Oh, thank you.
As I say, obey and twin any other. Into by another mono.
How can we know? And I said delegate the hour. I don't want
It's with Pacho. High sense and family CM. And science. Pacho, yes. So, Hampakakra. It's with Pacho.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's with Pacho. We delegates there.
Yeah, simple.
But yes, if you are delegates too.
In fact, there's something about this thing. I've always said, Mesha said, me and Doma will change this mindset. Fear delegates because yay politicians. We are making them that way.
Oh, okay. Because all the man they are obeyed, but the owner come no obey.
We're influencing them with money.
Oh, okay.
But you see, the people should see the things you want to do, the things you can do. I then I will cast obey and why you be that. I have pictures, I'll give them to you. Things I did 4-3 years ago while there was no elections.
I said, now we have vision to continuous assessment.
It's been there. But Obi Waha and then I'll pay when to Oba no kitiska, no the bema. It shouldn't always be about money. About Nipano Obitimiambwa constituency now.
What value is a person bringing?
It can't always be about money. It's kind of here. There's money for politics. But that shouldn't be the sole priority of every delegate. Say, Obi be DMP. I say, we did the sika.
Almost say, I'm be doing some film.
If we choice, there are people who have been MPs for 18 years, 20 years. How have they been there? Because they're with the people. But Obi are winning no to or the mouse can out to manage Siana. Okay. And they should know, they should learn from that. But they're very nice people. I love delegates.
No more fear delegates.
No more fear delegates.
Okay, intimate Pachobi. So
yes,
we drew a constituency. Momo who say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the new sanitary pad.
Abba. Okay.
Now, sanitary pad were extra long.
Okay.
Mano, on say NCB start a campaign. Until mano money walk or extra long. Say near Obi home kose.
Yeah.
And I will say so meant to.
Okay.
Until they'll feel comfortable and feel fresh all day through. To be patched, they go in China. And also you want to be to their account or
Thank you so much, Stacey.
So it has been an amazing conversation with Obi Nartey. So no matter your religion, service is key. You could be a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, a pagan, whatever. You should know that you're here to serve. And that is the ultimate, because humanity is about service. I would like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Yas Sanitary Pad and Yas Washing Powder, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, High Sense Everyday Prices for everyday people, Adonko Original Hand Sanitizer, and Adonko Next Level. I'm saying a very big thank you to my production company, Mclon Media. You are absolutely phenomenal. To Divine Cassie, ABS Lux Line for my outfit, and GTP for my fabric, I say a very big thank you to all of you. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you next week.